is your guided notes on list manipulation. So you need a couple things for this assignment. You're going to need your guided note sheet that I gave you here. You'll also need your ERG, which is attached on Schoology. Otherwise, you will need to get out your paper that was given to you earlier. And then you'll also need to open up Snap. All right, so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be going through this and identifying what we need for each box. All right, so let's begin. So we're looking at modifying the different elements in a list. So what we're going to do here is we're going to look at each of the definitions and find the correlating snap block, and then we're going to find the ERG equivalent of the snap block. So you guys are going to have to just kind of write/draw these in the box. Don't be super specific on how you have it perfectly. If you just have the overall shape of the block, that'll be fine. So like an operator would be an oval. The command block would look like a jigsaw piece, that kind of thing. So just kind of do the best you can. And then the ERG, just write the text in the block that you would see in the ERG block on your ERG sheet. All right, so let's go through this. So the definition here for the first one is determine the length of the list. So let's go to our variables category and go down and which one determines the length of a list. Well, if you look right here, you have the block length of list. So we'll take that and we'll put that in our block for our definition. So that's what that one would be. So just kind of draw that for yourself. All right, so now let's go to the ERG and find the ERG for that one. So let's go and find our list. All right, so here's our list operations here on the ERG. So, and you need to find the one that looks for length of list. All right, so let's keep going. All right, and here we are. You have one that is literally length of list, and the block would look like this. So take a moment and put these items in the block for your ERG. And I will do the same. All right. So the next one is add an element to the end of a list. So let's start with snap. So this one's going to be a command block. So for this one, we just want add thing to list. So this would just drop it as the last item in the index. So this is what we need for this box. So let's put it there. All right, and let's find the equivalent for the ERG. All right, so notice this one, it is increasing the list by 1 and puts the element at the end of the list. So this would be the item we need here, append, list, and then the value. So let's get that and put it in our block for the ERG. All right, so the next one, insert an element at a designated index in a list. So this one's saying insert something at a specific index value of a list. So let's start with snap. So we're going to want, again, insert something at an index of a list. So that's going to be the block we need. All right, and let's get the next. So we need the ERG version of that. So this one is our insert option here. All right, the next one here, replace an element in a list. So you should be catching on to the pattern as to how each of these is named. So there's what we're looking for this one. Oops, that does not go there. All right, and for this one, you're going to need your ERG one. All right. So the one we're looking for is right here. So this is going to assign an element to a certain place in the list. So let's get what we need, which is this. All right. So the last one is delete an item from the list. So again, the snap one's very appropriately named. All right, and the last one, we need to find the ERG equivalent. So again, notice the wording here. It's very clear. So again, we're focusing on finding these on the ERG. We're really not writing pseudocode yet, but you do need to practice finding these to make sure this is not over your head. All right, so that completes this part of the activity. So at this point, move on to the next part, and you will use what we just talked about in the following activity.